possibilities through a like a thick fog. Yeah. Yeah. But that's actually how maybe I'll do it again here today because obviously non-duality uh, is before all firsts and seconds and thirds. But in the dreaming, uh, for many of us who've been examples of addiction, it's not actually it's not the first thing. It's the first thing is the addictive actor, yeah, needs to be seen, and then the possibility of seeing the other poser becomes available. I don't feel it works when people try to go to non-duality because it's like the head trying to escape something else, yeah. And when the head thinks non-duality is a skillful means, it's not going to work as a skillful means. Yeah. It's in a different uh, shelf. Yeah. Yeah. This isn't for us to use to get some more relief from us because the more relief from us is the driving force that triggers all the other addictions in a way. Yeah. So non-duality, in a sense, would become a conceptual idea that would be complicit in that drive, yeah, to get a little relief from the bondage of self as self, yeah. And it's wonderful, in my own experience, and then watching people, it's like that desert tortoise. The coyote's not going to get any meat, yeah.
Hmm.
It's really cool. So the mental coyote can't get any meat out of it.
Mm.
That's awesome. Most things it can feast on. Yes, we're here.
Oh
Hey,
wow.
this is
I heard some voices.
yeah, we're in Sats. Oh, this is Amelia. Yeah, we're not getting kicked out. We got caught. We got to move. Now it goes back. It goes to the car from house, garage, camper, car.
He just looks cool.
It's okay. I'll be carrying it around. Yeah, soon. Looking back over my shoulder. Who's coming? Uh, so in a weird way, in the I really like the term from the Course in Miracles. I'm a, I haven't read this in a long time, so I may have changed it over the years, but the idea that you and I are the dreaming of this dream, I would say the dreaming of the dreaming, but they use the word dream.
Hmm.
So, and you and I, as the dreaming of the dream, are going to dream ourselves out of it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's what that means to me is you're going to use dream objects and shit to dream yourself out of the dreaming. Yeah. Let's say like going to satsangs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you and I are gonna, because we are the dreaming of this dream, we're gonna use the dream to dream ourselves out of it. And as we do, the dream will get happier. Yeah. It
Mhm.
doesn't go on forever, obviously, because the night dream has the built-in uh, awakening, which is the morning. The awake dream has death. So there's going to be morning, morning, and morning, morning, the day you pass away. Literally. And that which becomes all encompassing will have nothing of this at all, I would imagine. It's going to be such an absolute negation, there won't be any even memory that it ever existed, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only when we're here that there's a here. When there's a leaving of here, there's no here. Yeah. That's my feeling about it. I've had a couple of I'm not, pissing in the wind really. I passed away a couple of times. And when I came back, and some of them were long, I was sort of gone in a coma and stuff. And when I came back, there was a distinct feeling that it was like oil and water. They don't mix, yeah, at all. So, and I would think the way time runs here, this is more like the water. It just runs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So, and as the body gets older, it's trippy. It's a trippy
yeah.
experience because the head's fighting
Those,
the erosion, trying to, you know, flash back to 94. And then it catches an image of you now, and it's like, what? That's the guy I used to call Pops when I saw him. So,
pop up.
there's a, it can be a march or you can be skipping in a
Mm.
sense, but you're going. So today, out of a movement of incredible vast compassion, I I decided to try to break it down in a certain way that being true or not true wasn't the point, but I would think it would bring about a making of a lot of sense to alcoholics and addicts. Yes. And so one of the big things in, I'm going to take off now, right? One of the big things in recovery, and this is when I came in, it was a slap in the face because at that point, I thought there were good actions and bad actions. Yeah. And the good and bad was based on the action. I had no idea that this was a subjective experience, yeah, or event, and that the subjectiveness overrides your ideas of good and bad. Yeah. So what could be bad one day or contracting, it could be expansive the next day. It wasn't based on the thing itself, it was based on the observing of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
It was pretty sobering because I was living as if, all right, I'm going to stop acting out and I'm going to become good. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I've been bad for quite a while. And they sort of cut that right at the root. They said the person obsessed with this idea of self can be virtuous and kind, but it's still self-centeredness. Yeah. It's
Mm.
still the same mental drive. Yeah. And I was like, wow, okay. And then they talked about alcoholism taking over the body as an actor replacing us. Yeah. So and they talk. I'm not going to do it justice, but it's. I think I captured what they were saying. They talk about our actor. So, yeah, we have a shared actor. Even though we think we're uniquely individual, the actor that has represented us as us is shared. Yeah. So if you're an alcoholic, you know an alcoholic. Like if I was in a club, I knew the people that did what I did. I knew the people who did coke and they knew I did coke. Yeah, it was just obvious. You get this thing. So alcoholics have a shared actor, and that actor is self-centered, uh, self-seeking and frightened. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it does a lot of stuff under the guise that it's us. And we're just snoozing. Yeah, we're out to lunch. We're in a state of not knowing it. And the actor is representing us. It's us here. Yeah. And people, would say, remember when people would say you have so much potential, but after a few years of addiction, they were saying, that's gone. You,
Mhm.
yeah, that light I used to see in your eyes seems to be out. Yeah. So the actor,
Mhm.
and the strength of how it is pictured as you is the collective sharedness of it. Yeah. So alcoholism can appear to be a thing, but if it takes over a lot of things, it can appear to be a thing. Yeah. So it takes over all of these characters seemingly, and they then there's a projection of it as a real character. Yeah. Wow. And you can basically lose the script and you'll just be living as if you are the actor. Yeah. Yeah. So I felt living in this community, it was obvious there was a lot of, and it still probably is, there's a lot of confusion about the exact nature of the wrong. Is it me, yeah, that when I'm drinking, do the act, or is it something that has taken me over, does the act when I'm drinking, so to speak? Yes. And there's a stubbornness to believe no matter what the actor, when you compare your actor to the other actor, they're the same actor, basically. Yeah, they're not that much different. Yeah. It's like Barbie and Ken look very similar in the doll world. You look at Barbie, you look at Ken, one looks like they have a wig on or something. It's very, it's a shared uh, event when you're taken over. Uh, The dilemma is most of us don't know we've been taken over. Yeah. So whatever it does representing us, we get to hold the bag. Yeah. 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 And we get, when it acts out, we get, let's say, the guilt and the shame of it. Yeah. And then suddenly the past is a giant weight we're constantly walking around with. Yes. In the present that makes us want to get out of the present. Yeah. And some of us will do almost anything to get out of the present with that weight and bear any consequence tomorrow to have a little relief now. That's how severe it gets. Yeah. Yeah. And all the while, no matter how much you're getting whacked, that stubborn idea it's you somehow and it's a moral issue or whatever is there. Yeah. Like an adhesive. So that didn't work with me. For a few years I was sober and something I started to have a great suspicion and the first real result of that is when I went to recovery meetings and they talked about addiction and alcoholism as a disease. And I got it in a way, yeah. And suddenly, like the chain and the handcuffs weren't as tight. Yeah. They were still there, but they loosened up. Yeah, like a couple. If you ever had handcuffs, they're like clicks. Yeah, there's a click, and then if there's three more clicks, it really hurts. It's very tight. So there would be like you're like, wow. And I didn't stop at the Z's, it kept downloading more. And then you start noticing a lot of the thoughts that there's an attention paid to are what you would call alcoholic thoughts, a commonly shared stream of thinking, commonly shared, downloading. Probably it would be one of the biggest apps in that world. A giant app of addictive thoughts goes in, and everyone who receives them thinks it's theirs. This is insane. They think it's theirs. Even though if you compared them, let's say if there was like an algorithm, it would be the same algorithm, but you know it's me. Yeah, it's just insane how stubborn. Because the head has us in a like an hermetically sealed thing that you don't remember being out of it. Yeah. It makes that it just cuts that off. That's why when you come in and you're having a really bad day, it's not a time to philosophize. It's a time to do service. Yeah. You do service because service will pull you out of the ass of self, and then you'll have a remembrance of a space that at one point in your life was very, very available. Yes? Yeah. So you don't know if you're continually getting robbed, you don't know you're robbed. Yeah. You need a break in the robbery to get the fact that Jesus, they took everything. You need it's just how the head works here. Yeah. Like it doesn't see what's always here. It doesn't get a sense of any of that. It sees what has come and gone. Yeah. 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 So when something moves, it follows it. But if something that's always here wouldn't actually move, it can't follow it. Yeah. Like if you're sitting here and something moved, your eyes would follow it. But that the space we're in doesn't move like that. Yeah. It's just here. So you're you're completely here and there's not a knowing of it. It's really incredible. Yeah. So you see everything is sort of like you are of sky, seeing the sky, yeah, but thinking that you're something else, seeing all the things that appear in the sky. But you're actually the sky, seeing all these appearances appearing in yourself. Yeah. But you don't, yes? Yeah. So the things imply that you're a thing, and the sense of skyness is sort of like it's a huge resource that's not being tapped at all. Yeah. So you try to get out of things with things. It doesn't work. Yeah. So I'm going to get to what I was trying to present in the AA thing. So when I finally saw, and we use the word self, small s, in recovery, for like to me, uh, something that's manufactured by mental processes. This idea of being a noun, being you, yeah, and then you as the doer, the thinker, the feeler, the taster, the toucher, and the head keeps proving to you that you're the doer by claiming all the doing. Yeah. So there's a whole lot of doing. Every time you notice doing, there's the programming of doing, doer. Yeah. Seeing, seer. Feel it's just a mental trigger. And there's lots of doing, and there's lots of seeing, and there's lots of feeling. And as Buddha said, there's events happen and deeds are done, but there's no individual doer thereof. That's the point. Yes? So I saw in our book of recovery self, and I looked at it and I'd seen it tons of times, but at this time I saw it as foreign to me. Yeah? Just completely foreign. And it hit the jackpot. I was getting two out of three lemons for a while in that, the thing you pull at the when you're gambling. But then suddenly three lemons went ding, ding, ding. And it was like, whoa. Yeah. And it's never changed since then. It really was the end of a lot of stuff. So I saw it as foreign to me. Hmm. And then how I viewed stuff changed unbelievably. Yeah. Not And really, what I really started viewing is the one who was thinking it was viewing stuff. Yeah. And inevitably, that taste led me down some roads, and one of them was non-duality. There weren't many roads. It was just Buddhism, Course in Miracles, non-duality. Yeah. I didn't even get into the hybrids synthesizing like Kabbalah with Tantra and some Buddha, I didn't get any of that. It was just Buddhism, Course in Miracles, uh, non-duality. And non-duality was the last answer, which is incredible because it takes away the need for any other answers. Yeah. For this topic. Yes. It's like, what's it all about, Alfie? That topic. Bam. Yeah. And I've been just going to satsang, either attending it or seemingly, presenting it, but satsang nonetheless. Yeah. there's no real difference to me about the seating arrangement. Yeah. We're in satsang. Yeah. It's not that I came in and no, we're in satsang. And I used to be sitting there and then I now sit here. Yeah. And we're just associating with the truth. And the truth will rub off a lot of stuff that's not truthful. Yeah, it is. You you dive into this setting and stuff happens. Like Kathleen would say, learned a lot without doing anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's its. It has some very unique qualities, satsang. It does. A whole lot can go on without you having to wear pants or dresses or anything. You could just be half dressed. Yeah, yeah. Your yoga outfit is just a shirt. You don't have the leotards or shit like that. You're not sweating. You don't have your little towel and your water bottle. You're just at satsang. Come when you want, bathe in this seemingly dry water, and then see where you go. And in a sense, if I needed any uh like non-duality stretching, it has been in satsang. That's all I've done since the dominoes started to fall. I just took refuge in either because something came through, and then yeah, so here we are. And then of course, lots of years of observing the head, other people's heads, and a lot of shit. Yeah, the head here, something overrides or comes below the head, and you know that knowing that the head didn't want to know is very clear on the head not wanting to know it. Yeah, it's very clear now. And it's got a pretty good voice in my life. And it talks to me in a silent way about what I'm not. That's the only thing that can be described. Yeah. Now, what I'm not has gotten a bigger bushel, a bigger basket. Yeah, while down the years. Yeah. And then I saw a lot of shit about what I'm not, which is it's mostly mechanical. Yeah. It has when it's doing it, it has this little like uh like a toothpaste thing that squeezes and you get a sense of personalness, but it's mechanical. Yeah. You're not sitting there, planning your own demise. See, you're not that important, really. You're not that important to be hated, tell you the truth, literally. I mean, I believe not willing to confront the irrelevance, we try to build everything up to a dramatic pitch and make everything like a, a huge situation when, it's like painting legs on a snake and the lipstick on the pig. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, and today I'm in Novato in a camper. I haven't done a satsang trailer. No, here I am. We broke in this is a new, get the non-alcoholic champagne. We broke a new barrier, trailer satsang. We can't fit that many people in, like one or two. But yeah, so here I am. Here we are. So I wanted to, oh yeah, get back to the thing. So it really helped when I saw self wasn't me, but that was mostly uh, the alcoholic addiction side of selfing, where there's a meant there can be other sides, yeah. So I got a sense I wasn't that, and then you would think that's that. Now, with that wet blanket off of me, my true self can grow and my authenticness, and it really didn't work. Yeah, that well. What I expected, like an ease and comfort that was somewhat stabilized, didn't really. take root. It seemed to be a whole nother form of maintenance
Yeah.
with more wilder, more ideas of like, I have to get to the 11th dimension or
Mhm.
whatever, or what the hell? How can a thing that shits and spits and everything become pure? It seems insane to me. So it was even more. And then, so I saw in AA, the beginning is not one. So we are not the actor that is shared commonly. Yeah. The walking, talking action figure of, infested with addiction, whatever it may be, food. It can go up in a lot of orifices,
Yeah.
food, shooting, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not that, but so here you are. It's just you, and then there's a lot of the you not working, and then it gets objectified in AA.
Mhm.
They talk about the alcoholic actor and everything, and so suddenly now you're not that,
Mhm.
right? And then you expected a great relief, but this is non-duality. Remember, the selfing like split like an amoeba.
Mhm.
Yeah. Once you caught once the selfing got objectified, it squeezed over to the subjective observer of the objectified self. So now you become the great critic about you. Yes. And so, and then you realize why ignorance is bliss, in a sense, for a short period of time, or why you were moved to get out of your own skin, no matter what it costs,
Mhm.
because it's fucking unbearable after a while. Yeah. To have something just harping. And so there was another seeing of what you're not. Yeah. So that which claims to be the observing of the observed self is of self. Yeah. So this is the non-duality of this is the not two. I feel a lot of what we've done has gotten us to the not one, but we actually really need the not two.
Yeah.
It's because it's not going to, the not one isn't going to work, and it's going to trigger trying to do more and practice harder. And it's going to go the same. Yeah. Yeah. But if you can, but I believe in what I've noticed in this world, and we're giving it a reality that in this world, non-duality usually comes after recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. There needs to be a recognition of the one that we're not. Yeah.
Mhm.
To set up seeing this two that we're not. If you try to rush, yeah, yeah, you're going to think, you're going to believe, well, I can just circumvent the one,
Mhm.
yeah, and be the solid two. But no, two don't do. It's three is free. So it's non-duality. Neither this nor that, and then a giant question mark.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you never really look to answer any question. The question mark is just like something, it's like a star in the sky that never goes or a cloud that never leaves. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I am, but I do know what I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah. Yeah. And by the constant reminding, it's hard not to know what you're not because it's being presented all day. Yeah. So that's what I presented today because there was some compassion leaked into me. I squished it very quickly, but
Mhm.
I'm re-squeezing it like the bile out of a bear, or or the DMT out of the frog, you know. So yeah, because I find a lot of people are very confused when they do what they thought was gonna, you know, be the end of things, and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe this could be of assistance to leap over that. Yeah. This is just the beginning. Yeah. The relief from the one is the beginning, in a sense,
Mhm.
of really the true before which there's none.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes. because as the story of the first actor grew old, the story of the second actor is going to grow old. Yes, and it's going to be like, the old boss, the new boss is the same as the old boss. So, yeah, yeah. So here we are.
Hmm.
And so it looks like you go this way, but you're just going back, actually. Yeah. The doorway to heaven is a back door. It's not the front door. Yeah. You're not going up the stairs, you're falling down the stairs to negate the idea there's a stairway to heaven. You fall down those stairs and there you find everything you were looking for by not looking. Literally. I could give a shit. I could give a shit about being able to heat my clothes with my own mind if I was cold. I can buy an insulated jacket. I just want to be free from whatever. I have enough problems already. Why do I want to have something that greets a molehill and sees it as a mountain? And you're going to try to change that? You don't. It doesn't. You are not going to change the programming that you are the child of. Yeah. Like they say in Hinduism, you and I are children of a barren mother. Yeah. We're all children of a barren mother. This idea of us is manufactured. It's in a mental incubator. It's it was born still, it lives still, and it dies still. Yeah, yeah. So this is the view out of the trailer. Hold on. Not bad. I bet you never saw Ramana in a trailer. Never Adyashanti. Muji, forget that. Jesus. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Take that,
getting I'm getting like a jewel thief vibe from you right now, Paul.
jewel thief.
Like a
Yeah,
cat burglar type of thing happening.
yes. I put it right in front of you. You still don't see
The pearls before swine. Yeah, I get it.
it. Well, it's a pleasure, everyone. Let's share and see what happens. I'm in here for the duration tonight. I've been banished to the trailer. So
I
there's not
think
a good movie, so we're gonna go on.
I think the thing I remember from this morning was the little way you just summed up that the recovery program gives us relief from the one, and then non-duality gives us relief from the second.
Yes, I feel so. It gives relief from both, yeah. But if you don't get the relief from the one, you're gonna try to get the relief from non-duality as the one. Yeah, yeah. But it could go different ways. It's just I've noticed in a lot of people. Uh, when in the early days, the whole room would change when you start talking about there is no doer, there's no personal doer. Everything would get agitated. And then the first thing would come up with it, does that mean I'm going to lay on a couch all day? It was just insane. But you could watch the message get in and then the mental reaction to it. And it really reveals its insane logic. It does. When you want to be in a setting where it's drawn out, yes? Because when its thumb sticks out, it's really obvious. You can see it, and it may affect your spiritless servility to it. If you see how insane it is, yeah, yeah, yeah. Every telescope in its world just magnifies itself. It doesn't bring the stars closer. You just see a bigger head of you. It has like reverse telescopes. Yeah. I want to look as far as I can, and there you are. Yeah. It's still the same. I just there's at least a lot of interest have flood, probably a lot of rats didn't go down with the Titanic. They recognized something more before the humans did, and they just jumped off. Yeah. A lot of interest and attention has left the theater, and it's just simply resting in here now. Yeah. Yeah. All of that we ever do here is to trigger something. It's not the words. It has nothing to do with understanding to the point that understanding is helpful. Yeah. When the vision doesn't seem to be available. Yeah. But once the vision starts happening, yeah, there's you're not mining every thought for the meaning. It's more like it's like the theme or the tempo of the song that something inside moves, like when you're at a show and like something in you rhythm moves. Yeah, when the show's good and they're really tight, you have no idea, but something starts moving. Well, this is sort of like satsang, I feel. Yeah, yeah. The 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 song is like distracts the head, and then the rhythm occurs. Yeah, the satsang song. Yeah. But if this got engraved and stamped, you've lost it. Yeah, you've lost it. This is the concise encyclopedia of Zen Bitslap. No, it's all comes like it's smoke that goes when it comes out, it lingers, and then the next wind blows it away. Yeah, it's all. It's Yeah, it's the sense of what's going on is that, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so after a while, every dish that we bring to the table, you recognize there's one ingredient in it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. In all the meals, there's one common ingredient that you start having a taste for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To people, in a sense, when you really get it, you don't remember what anyone said in a lot of ways. Let me say verbatim what he said. Mostly it's just gone, but you feel like different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, all right. Well, it's
Chris
so
is
hard.
Chris is
Oh,
up
David.
next, and then David Lowe has his
I,
virtual hand
I'm
up.
first. I just wanted to second what Kathleen said. Like, I've not laughed so hard as I did after that meeting earlier today. And then as soon as it came up on YouTube, I watched it again and I was laughing again. And
Hold
it's
on
just
one second, Chris. All right,
okay.
here. You're making too much noise. I'm the new neighbor. Be quiet over there.
Get the ball off my lawn.
They just came home. All right. Yeah, go ahead,
It
Chris.
was just so, you know how people will say like, "Oh, you got to learn to laugh at yourself." This is like laugh at yourself. It's
Yeah.
so funny when you saying that stuff about the rice and beans and the like the you probably don't remember this. I
Forgot
get
it. I don't remember.
just like let something else take over. You're stuck in the same rut of thinking like every day like this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just but the whole thing from beginning to end was just seriously, you could be like a comedian Just like just like throwing these barbs out at people. And they probably wouldn't really know what hit them and why they were laughing, but you just ha at least with me, it's like the way I think that humor is one of those things that cuts through so fast and is somehow kind of nonverbal, or it's not,
Yes.
it's just the punchline's a punchline, like. And I just wanted to say, just that was such a great. I don't have any questions or share. It was just such a great meeting today. Thank
Oh,
you.
great. Great. I'm happy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's a lovely seat assignment for me. Seriously. First of all, it keeps me off my legs, and my legs aren't the greatest. So, uh, yeah, it helps a lot in a lot of ways. Yeah.
I
But
don't
thank you.
know. I remember I heard this was years ago. I think it was Muji or someone was telling the story about like the bird making a nest and then the bird watching the bird make the nest, but then there's like a third bird. So I've kind of heard this thing before, but I've not ever heard you talk about it like that. And you when you came out, it's just this fire like this morning. It's like boom, like a cannon. It's just awesome. I'm so glad Kathleen was like, we gotta save this.
No, great, great. Yeah.
I'll let David go. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I have a question about like my understanding is that well when you get it right, life continues like it did before. There are good things happen, bad things happen. But in my own journey at one point in the various spiritual things I did, what began happening a lot was I was warned about things or rescued from things. And I know that is the point of the spiritual stuff that you do, but did 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 something like that ever happen to you? And was it significant in how you kind of formed your attitudes about the journey as you went about it, I guess?
what do you mean? You mean powers and stuff?
Well, I don't know, not just whatever's coming through would would warn me about something, or if you will,
Oh,
rescue me from something, you know.
yeah. Yes, for sure. And what do you want to know?
Well, when that happened, if it did, then did that help you with your attitudes and understandings, or but was it
Oh, for
encouraging?
sure.
Or
For sure, but it's not in a sense happen. It is happening now, but not in a extravagant way. So, yeah, a lot of stuff happens. There's more, well, there's more fireworks because of the way of the heads. It sees things through contrast, yeah. When everything gets sort of homogenized, it's difficult. I mean, the ordinariness of dog shit awareness, yeah.
yeah,
It's
talking about dogs, I had this incredible experience about 2 decades ago on my own pilgrimage in India. I was walking along this storefront at about 5:30 in the morning, a big long group of storefronts in India, and so I was basically walking along this wall in the early morning. And all these dogs began to gather around me and bark and trying to bite me and everything. I mean, five or six of them, some of them really big. And all of a sudden, I remember at the time I was using a mantra a lot, and I remember that mantra, began repeating it to myself, and they all went away. You know, that kind of thing happened more than once, and
well,
that was helpful in terms of my attitudes and everything toward what I was doing.
well, it was convincing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you got a what would you noticed was a demonstration that something was working. Yes?
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. A lot of people get free samples and demonstrations. It's well, you're being you've met things something that actually delivers stuff. It's not an empty advertising campaign. So you see things occur and it gives you a, a deeper convincing. Yes. Yes. course, a lot of that happens. The one of the biggest ones was getting struck sober in a way because the contrast is so extremely different. I was changed so extremely from 1 second to another that it was if I would have drank again, it would have just gone. It would have seemingly died on the vine. But from that point on, I've stayed sober. So the contrast was just unbelievable uh, in a very short period of time. It was just a very quick whack, a simple description, and then it's sort of like I got caught, and the guy it was catch and release. Yeah, I got caught. I was taken out of the maelstrom, and then I got thrown back in. But it was, yeah, it may not have been different, but something about me was quite different. But then I met recovery. I was brought to a meeting, and the action figure needed it needed to be put in a garage for years to be worked on, and life tends not to be able that may not be able to happen. So I needed something that could work on the action figure while it was still mobile, and I met a way of life that uh really could work the knobs on the controls. Yeah, I couldn't. And something, brought made it brighter, dropped this sound and amped up that sound. And whoever was running the soundboard was doing a good job. And I was stoked, man, as an action figure. I was so fucking relieved because that urge was like a radioactive isotope. It was always flaring up, and then it was going to be like a solar flare, and that would cause a lot of shit. But for that to be removed, I did not think at all that was possible. And that was a pretty, and the thing that always rang in me was the statement in recovery, which is that you will find that no human power could relieve you of this alcoholism. And that has been one of the most intimate statements for me because I had a lot of human power trying to do just that, like through love or through fucking frustration and or the state, and nothing could do it, literally. I just kept on keeping on, getting run over twice, didn't stop it, tons of stuff, just on and on and on. And then suddenly, like that, with no heavy lifting, nothing, the whole thing shifted. Yeah. And that made a huge impression. And and what allowed that impression to be like the concrete of the life that came towards me was the way of life. Yeah. It didn't get covered up. I mean, the emperor was seen with no clothes for a sufficient amount of time that I learned that he's still naked even though he's wearing a lot of clothes. That was cool. Yeah. So yeah, tons of stuff happens. Tons of stuff. And in the stuff that happens, like the Course says, there's no degree in miracles. There isn't like a big miracle and a small miracle. There's no degrees in illusion. It is not a little elusive or a real, it's just so every day there's tons of demonstrations. Yeah. They may not be worthy of being remembered by the system, but they're just the same essence being showing up. Yes? Yeah. And then uh, in the beginning, maybe you had to have those big explosions, but now it's like when you hear a trumpet player and they muffle it with a thing when they're playing, it has a really cool sound. That's what sort of your life gets to be. Yes? It's muffled. If I had a blog post, it would be the most boring blog post. Yeah. Really. It's just like, wow, I saw the other side of the moon. To no, I didn't see the other side of the moon. I don't care about seeing the other side of the moon. Yeah. I'm completely seeing Novato. Right. I think that's the gift that's on offer now. Right here, right now. Yeah. So, yes. And there's warnings about it. If you remember Ramana and a lot of masses, they say, the head can get lost in those powers and those things, yes? And you should, if at all possible, bypass them. Don't get caught up in, you know what I mean? I can concentrate and move that spoon 3 inches. When am I going to need that? Okay, I need to move that spoon 3 inches. Do I really need that superpower? I don't think so. Yeah, so there's warnings a lot because the head is right there. It's not here, but it's right there. Yeah. The here that has an embroidery of time on it, it's right there. The here, it's not, but in time, it's right there. It is. And so it's going to claim what's going on to be a power it has, and it has a narrative that I must have done something great to deserve this power, and these people who don't have the power didn't do something great. And yeah, it's like you're that which is being fanned, and you're the fanning of it. You're just, oh yes, you're so wonderful, wonderful. Of course, it's going to you know, blocked out the work, so to speak. So yeah, there's a lot of warning. And this is a warning, yeah, that the head in time is probably the quickest process in time. And its main process is to claim the conscious contact. So consciousness is in contact. It's called the dreaming, and the head claims it. And it whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It slaps its little name and form on it with the narrative. Yes. Oh, this piece of beef. I saw the cow a year ago, and this and that. Just on and on. Yeah? And it's easy to get lost in it, especially if you don't remember it being any other way, and which it convinces us that it's never been any other way but this. Yeah. And it shrinks. You shrink, and what you get back is it's all about you. Yeah. It's weird. There's a cherishing, which I find is another form of addiction. The mental state cherishes this idea of being the doer, the thinker, the feeler, the taste, the toucher. It doesn't care really about the results. It just wants to be the doer, the feeler, the thing. Yes, it does. It has a huge, strong drive. And to waste any time, especially after you've heard satsang, trying to convince it otherwise, it's pointless. Don't even, just, yeah. It's what it's really afraid of is facing its own irrelevance. Yes, really. It is irrelevant. It cannot block you off from the sunlight of the spirit unless the sunlight of the spirit believes it can. It can seem to look like it can block you off if the sunlight of the spirit, us, believes it can. Yeah, that's the only way it works. False evidence is always false evidence. The only time it appears real is to reality. Yeah. And fortunately, unfortunately, we are reality. Even with this whole little cartoon makeup and everything and the action figure and all like that, we are still being ourselves reality. And that reality is giving a meaning. It's not it doing it, it's being used to give a meaning of reality to a lot of false evidence. There you go. Of course, it can't run for long. And if you think 80 years is long, it isn't. It may feel long because the subjectiveness can drag it out and this and that. But basically, you're like even less than a grain of sand on a huge beach. Yes? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yes. Yes. Jeez. There's been how many stories ever get printed? Billions of stories have come and gone. Yeah. 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 So, yep. I just feel relieved. It's nice. Yeah. I'm having a little trouble with the body and stuff. And in the satsang, the body doesn't exist. Yeah. I get a nice reprieve. And a lot of times when I get up again, that which was bothering me before the talk is gone. Yeah. It's really because it's like an old burlesque routine. They would say, send the guy around the corner for a half an hour. That's what you're doing with the head. You're sending it around the corner, and then things can occur. And then when it gets back, oh, I didn't see that happen. Thank God. If it saw it happen, it would have fucked it up. Yeah. So a lot of the building doesn't doesn't have the mental permit. It's all, yeah. I didn't expect that much light in here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just tripping out. I'm in this trailer with a guy I don't even know from fucking where, Chicago or Minneapolis or somewhere. Sent me a lot of texts and shit. Here he is. Yeah, it's in this. All right. I think that's it. We're gonna draw. If no more questions, we're gonna draw the curtain, literally. Draw the curtain on the trailer. I like it here. We may have some more here. Yeah, yeah. And then one day we'll be doing it and there won't even be the computer. I have would have just gone completely. I'm at satsang. What the hell? What are you doing in there? We took your computer away a month ago. No, I see Mike Clark and Kathleen and Chris and Annette. I like to see that she has a wall behind her, and I imagine there must be a ceiling, so you're inside. That's good. All right, so I'm ending it. Eric, nice to see you, man, down there in Vista. Travis, Havamaya, Christine, I don't see you, but it's nice that you're here. Robert Crossman, yes. I always laugh when I see Robert. I like it. You bring a smile to my face, Robert. Yeah. Ernie, there he is. Nice to see you, Ernie. Yes. Right back at you, bro. Annette, Shiva. Always a pleasure to see Shiva. Yes. Kathleen, Zen Bitch Slap. Oh, wow. That's an old dude now. Mike Clark. Nice to see you, my friend. Judy Love. It was such a pleasure to see Mike Clark in Mexico. I just, it was, yeah, it was really nice. I actually enjoyed it a lot there. The meetings, they were good. Yeah, yeah. I like to see all the seekers squirming in their seats. It was excellente. I knew I was never coming back.
That was the best part. Squirming.
What?
The squirming was all the best part.
Yes, I know. I always know when sometimes I go certain places, I know I'm never coming back. Never going back there. No bueno. No. All right. So Ernie, we got Judy Love. Yes,
Oh,
my
thank
lovely
you.
hair waterfall. Nice to see you, Judy. All's well?
Great to see you, Paul. Yes, excellent.
Oh,
Thank you.
fantastic. We got Kathleen as always, the Rock of Delaware. Yeah. No, Pennsylvania. Oh. I can't get to the other page. David Lowe, nice to see you, brother. Yes? Yeah. Oh, we got Rob M in Massachusetts. Nice to see you. Got Eric. I can't get the other page, but hey, thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure. we'll be here again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Pacific time. I guess we're gonna have more live people also there. Yeah, and have to feed them and the whole thing, and a lot of socializing. Uh, all right, thank
Thanks,
you.
Paul.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you,
See ya.
dude.
Thank you,
Yeah, thank
Paul.
you, Paul.
Hey,
Thank you,
thank you,
Kathleen.
Cheers,
Mike.
Kat.
Mike.
Bye, Kathleen. Bye, Paul.
See you. Oh yeah,
Thank
I
you,
missed
Kathleen.
I missed a lot of.
Mahalo, Paul. Thanks, Kathleen.